Welcome to my Self-Reliance Certification Phase 1 video series. This is my first impression of Dave Canterbury's Pathfinder Study at Home course. In his words, this self-study course provides you with a variety of subjects that you can research and practice, along with multiple accompanying videos providing guidance and instruction. The system is designed specifically to help you become wilderness self-reliant. This course will also benefit you greatly should you elect to take a hands-on class at the Pathfinder School. Upon completion of this course, you will receive a certificate in the mail. Within Phase 1, you will be responsible for completing 48 deliverables. These deliverables range from simple tasks to research, creating videos, and photo documentation. By the end of this course, you will have a journal of information that you can reference time and time again and add to as you gather information and continue to build your skill set. So, it does say $70 down here, but I think I paid significantly less than that. I think it was 50, maybe even 45. And I did get this directly from his online store. This is the 2015 edition. I don't know how often they update the material, but it is the end of 2016 when I bought it. I think it was November 2016 when I bought it. So what you get is this little welcome letter and instructions. Here's Dave introducing himself and the course and making sure you know about his YouTube channel, which has all kinds of good stuff on it, and his soliciting suggestions on how to improve the course. And then Brian Manning here is going to be actually doing the grading. He kind of introduces himself and tells you what he's sort of expecting in the way of the deliverables. That's that. Notice there's no index as to what's on the DVDs, and there's nothing written on them other than disc 1, disc 2, disc 3, and disc 4. That's what you get. And then this fifth disc here has it's for the computer. It's got PDF files, including the syllabus, which is the most important one on here. It's also got backcountry water treatment. This is an Otzi the Iceman PDF, Pocket Guide to Herbal Medicine, Wilderness First Aid, Woodcraft and Camping. Wilderness First Aid, that's actually a really good ad in here. I'm a Wilderness First Responder myself. I just recently recertified a couple months ago. And this Wilderness First Aid is normally taught as a 2-day class, sometimes even a 3-day class. It's pretty significant skills and medicine-based first aid training. I would highly recommend everybody looking for that and trying to take that themselves, because it has a couple first aid topics in this course, but he's not teaching this. This is not a wilderness first aid course, so everybody would be really good off to find someplace where they're teaching that and sign up for the class. And this last one here is Nessmuck's Woodcraft and Camping, George Washington Sears, sort of classic camping and self-reliance book. So what else do you got? Like I mentioned before, these 4 DVDs, these are the videos that are on them. They each got 6 or 7 videos. And what was, I guess, a surprise number 1 for me was that there doesn't appear to be any sort of logical structure or order to what's on them. And I've watched through all of them, and based on like the change in Dave Canterbury's beard length, you can tell these are just like made from all different time periods, right? So definitely, these definitely weren't videos that were created for this class in particular, although obviously he was doing them as instructional. So it's some subset of his many videos online that he chose to put here. And I don't know why they wouldn't have just like organized, like it's color coded. You can see orange is fire. Why wouldn't all the fire things be together in one spot? Or shelters, it's pink. Why wouldn't that all be in one spot? Furthermore, why wouldn't DV1 start out with an intro from Dave saying, hi, welcome to my class. Here's the syllabus. Here's how we do things. This is what you're going to be learning. And this is why we teach my system the way I do. Here's how I came up with it. Here's how it's evolved over time. He's got, in that last video, he's actually got a couple, how my system has, the tendencies have evolved over time. It's a really interesting look at it. Those should be on here. This doesn't have any sort of that organization. And, you know, I'm left sort of guessing really who his target audience is. And I'm sort of left guessing how, like, why he sort of makes some of the choices he does. And I have no idea how this phase 1 sort of dovetails in with what he teaches in phase 2 and on. So that really, he really should have had, just like the first day of any class in any school, you know, you get in there and the instructor introduces himself, he introduces the class to you, he talks about the syllabus, he sort of sets expectations. That, I think anybody would expect to find that on DVD 1, and it's not there. It just goes right into this sort of random selection of videos. And I really say it's random because they've divided the class into 10 blocks. Okay? And so you can see block 1, your kit, has 3 modules, 4 deliverables. So you would sort of expect, like, video 1 on the DVDs to be this introduction from Dave, maybe video 2 being, you know, this Brian Manning talking specifics about what he expects the deliverables to look like, and then maybe video 3 being block 1, and they start talking about the kit. And then maybe there's some other videos besides that, but, you know, and then you would expect, like, maybe block 2, personal space, this is your campsite, basically. You would expect that, you know, to see that here, so that, you know, if you're working on one of these blocks, you can just go right to that section and you get like a little introduction, and they chat at you for a little bit, and then they start talking about specific skills, maybe in other videos. So that's not there at all. There's no obvious correlation between this and this, other than that these individual skills you can find slid into here. So that, in my opinion, is that, honestly, it's a pretty big knock against how they're presenting this material, because it's not, it's like, to me, it's, I've had plenty of online courses, and it's such an obvious, like, oversight, or it's such an, it's hard to, like, sort of get my mind around that that's not how this is organized. But to get on with what the class actually is, so block 1, we already talked about it. We talked about your kit, which is, obviously, that's a good place to start, right? Block 2 is basically setting up your campsite, your personal space, making camp comfort. And then it starts going into basically first aid, bleeding and burns, bites, stings, breaks and blisters. And you got this some more research here: poisonous animals, hypothermia. I'm not sure why water and fire is kind of attached to this block here, but, and then it goes on to block 5 as your fires, but you've already started fires here. Yeah, so the different fire topics, then boiling water. Block 6 is your camp tools. Food prep, staying warmer. Then you got your navigation, knots and lashings, compass, camp knots, lashings. Senses. This is going to be kind of interesting and fun. You're going to be doing stuff with, like, some blindfolds on, that kind of thing. Doing stuff at night with no light. Block 9, plants and animals. You're looking at your edibles, basically, and different animal sign. And this, like, herbalist thing down here. And then it finishes up with block 10, signaling for help. And at the end of that, reflections on this. There's an essay about what you've learned. So this course itself, it makes a lot of sense to me. It's very logical. You know, it's laid out. It's pretty clear, what it is they expect you to provide. It's just that I just can't get over that this just isn't reflected in what they're giving you on the DVDs. Yeah, so that's my first impressions. Maybe I'll have some more thoughts about this by the end of the course. I will do another video to that effect at the end. But even though I do find some problems with the presentation, it still doesn't detract from the fact that I'm going to be practicing some pretty interesting skills. I'll be increasing my skill set, and I'm going to have fun doing it. And I'm probably going to go on to Phase 2, and I will have undoubtedly some constructive criticism for him when it comes time to let him know. So till then, stay tuned. You'll be seeing my Block 1 sort of completion video pretty soon. Until then.